Welcome back. This is Sage. You're watching Kalkine TV live from Sydney, and this is the Stocks in Action show. So let's have a look at the ASX 200 and the ASX listed stocks that are trending today. The S&P ASX 200 is lower today, dropping 24.70 points or 0.35% to 7,071.10 after setting a new 52-week high at 11:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Time. The bottom performing stocks in the index are Newmap Limited down 16.31% and Appen Limited down as well 8.96%. Over the last 5 days the index is virtually unchanged but is currently 0.71% below its 52-week high. Sectors are mixed. 9 of 11 sectors are lower today, along with the S&P ASX 200. Index materials is the best performing sector, gaining 1.3% and 1.9% for the past 5 days. And on that note, let's have a look at some of the major news from the ASX listed companies. Beginning with the first big news, Plenti doubles funding capacity in renewable energy and personal lending warehouse facility. The Plenti Group Limited has announced it has doubled up the funding capacity of its renewable energy and personal lending warehouse facility, and funders include an Australian Big Four bank approving a limit increase of 200 million Australian dollars up from 100 million Australian dollars. The rise in warehouse facility comes just 4 months after the warehouse was established and will support continued renewable energy and personal loan origination growth. The additional warehouse capacity brings Plenti's total warehouse funding capacity to 550 million Australian dollars. And meanwhile, the Plenti Group Limited stock was found trading at 1.175 Australian dollars per share, current at 11:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And moving on to the next big news. Strategic Elements. Robotic security vehicle passes the site acceptance test and the shares surged. Strategic Elements Limited shared on Thursday that its autonomous security vehicle, or ASV, has successfully passed the site acceptance testing at the Eastern Goldfields Regional Prison. SAT is considered as a major milestone in the delivery of autonomous technologies to an end customer. The ASV, developed for the Eastern Goldfields Regional Prison, was designed to complete fully autonomous security missions around the perimeter of the prison. The ASV is seamlessly integrated into the prison's security management platform and can navigate predefined missions to test all aspects of the interior and exterior fence line technology. And meanwhile, riding high on the announcement, the share price of Strategic Elements Limited stock was quoted at 0.33 Australian dollars per share, current at 11:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Time. And meanwhile, this ASX listed stock is in the news today as well. Octanex raises 750,000 Australian dollars to support the Sefton project. Octanex Limited shared that it has successfully completed a placement of 15 million ordinary fully paid shares at 0.05 Australian dollars per share to raise 750,000 Australian dollars. The funds raised will be used to advance exploration at the company's projects, and particularly its Sefton project initiative, where the company has established an extensive tenement position in this region where there is very little modern exploration. And meanwhile, Octanex Limited stock was trading last at 0.06 Australian dollars per share on the ASX, current at 11:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Time. Let's move on to the next big news. Strike Energy's project Harbour to reduce country's carbon dioxide footprint. The Strike Energy Limited provided a solid update on its proposed urea development, the project Harbour, based in Geraldton, Western Australia, and the company shared this project is likely to reduce Australia's urea fertiliser CO2 or carbon dioxide footprint by 50 to 60% from a 2019 base. And Project Harbour, on success, will place Australia as one of the lowest carbon urea producing regions globally. The release said it is estimated that the project may deliver 8.4 billion Australian dollars of GDP, around 1,135 full-time jobs during the construction phase, and Commonwealth taxation revenue of 144 million Australian dollars per year of operation. And meanwhile, the Strike Energy Limited stock was spotted trading at 0.36 Australian dollars per share, current at 11:30 AM Australian Eastern Time. And meanwhile, this ASX listed stock is in the news today. Eclipx Group Limited maintains a positive momentum after MPATA grows 77%. Eclipse Group Limited has remained on track to outperform in the first half of the financial year 21, with a 77% growth in its net profit after tax and amortisation versus PCP. And moreover, the EBITDA during the period indicated a like-for-like growth rate of 43% compared to PCP. The company has maintained positive momentum and robust order book across all three target markets, and its projects are aligned with digital platforms in rollout or testing and distribution channel partners growing. Eclipse Group Limited stock was trading 8.585% up at $2.15 Australian, current at 11:30 AM Australian Eastern Time. Well, all right then, that's all for now. Do stay tuned with Kalkine TV for more live market updates, and we'll be back with more news on the market's economy and diverse themes and sectors. Sage signing off.